Understatement of the month. It's been a hectic couple of weeks. My students, many of whom are suddenly realizing that exams are in fact real, have decided that now is the perfect time to cram 2 years' worth of learning into that many weeks. Fantastic. Add to that the small matter of a car accident a couple of weeks ago. Let me tell you, dealing with insurance and forms is bad enough in English. Try doing it in Spanish and guessing what frenado descontrolado means when your Google Translate app freezes or you run out of mobile data. So yes, life's been a bit much. That's why last week's Circuit de Valdealbaidas run in Salem was surprisingly welcome as a distraction, even if it did turn out into, well, nearly a search and rescue exercise on that vertical rock descent. Still, I didn't twist an ankle, didn't finish last, and even got some cake and beer. Success. Naturally, I had to tell fellow runners Salva and Jose Ramon all about it. The climb was brutal, the descent was worse, but I survived it like a mountain goat with dodgy balance, I said. They nodded, smiled, then went very quiet when I asked about this week's run, Atzeneta. Apparently, if you liked Salem, you'll love Atzeneta. It's only 11.3 kilometers long. Shorter, they say, but the same glint in their eyes said everything I needed to know. It's going to be rough. And then came those 3 words that send shivers down any roadrunner's spine. Trail shoes required. Great. What could possibly go wrong? So the official name for the Atzeneta run is the Pujada a la Font Freda. Sounds majestic, right? Like a noble hike to a magical spring where wild goats live and water flows like wine. The reality? A mountain run disguised as a trail race with over 11 kilometers of effort and 0 goats. At least none that I could see. Still, a brilliant experience. I decided to warm up by doing a long run the night before, because logic is for people not training through chaos. On race day, I arrived early at Atzeneta, scoped out the setup, which I recognised from the Moors and Christians festival last year, and spotted a familiar face, the race announcer, now dressed as Superman. A subtle warning? Soon I met up with Javier and others from the circuit crowd. Javier, as wise as ever, looking at the crowd of eager young things lining up to race into the distance, commented, There's no rush. It's just 7 kilometers of walking. Yeah, just what I wanted to hear. Veronica, on the other hand, lined up at the front. I felt her pain from last week. I think my passing her going up Salem hurt her somewhat. Now determined to beat me. Well, that was never going to be difficult. We started with the traditional lap around the village, which was lovely, except, of course, I forgot to start my Garmin. Again. Please, can someone invent a race chip that auto-activates when stress levels spike? Then came the climb. Unlike Salem, which eased you into the climb like a polite warning, Atzeneta came in swinging with an early incline that genuinely meant business. The trail surface, more forgiving than Salem, with gravel, mud and slightly fewer ways to break your ankles. I tested out my Saucony Endorphin Rifts, and after some early foot pain, which eventually got bored and wandered off, they performed pretty well, even for a runner of enthusiastic but imperfect ability. The course profile: up 7 kilometers, down 4 kilometers. Reality: up, then fake down, then more up, then a gloriously smooth descent. And unlike Salem, the downhill section was not a cruel joke. It was actually fun. Gravel trail, fast and flowy, a rare happy downhill in the wild. I had to take one minor pit stop thanks to an untied shoelace. Pro tip: double knot your hopes and dreams, but the final 4K overall felt great. Turns out I'm pretty decent on the climbs, but still a bit too sensible to bomb the downhills with the reckless abandon that's necessary. Finish time around 1 hour 25, which is a win in my books. Even better, I saw loads of familiar faces at the end, including Timo helping out at the food station. Always a boost. And the local tonic water? Fantastic. What's next? Well, next weekend is theoretically a rest. Then the double header weekend following. On Friday, the rescheduled Loyeria trail run. Well, I'm not sure what sort of run it'll be, and I suspect it'll be more urban than trail. Who knows? And on Saturday, the Gandia 10K nocturnal, or night run, where urban fun meets mild panic. I hope you'll join me because, as always, what could possibly go wrong? If you've actually made it this far to the end of the video, congratulations. That's awesome. So thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with your fellow runners.